I. Introduction. In every moment of quiet reflection, I find myself confronting a profound paradox. I was born into faith, nurtured by the comfort of organized religion, yet as I grew, I began to see its cracks. I watched as doctrines conflicted with my innate sense of morality, and institutions tarnished the sacred image they once championed. My heart once believed in a concrete, personal God. My mind began questioning whether that divine presence was real, or merely a comforting story we told ourselves to navigate the chaos of existence. Yet, amid the doubts and disillusionment, an unyielding curiosity refused to fade. It whispered that the divine cannot be confined within the walls of confirmation bias or dogma. It beckoned me beyond the confines of traditional faith, urging me to explore a vast universe teeming with mysteries, an universe that, through science, history, and philosophy, hints at an intelligence far greater than human constructs. This pursuit has transformed my understanding. The divine is not lost but waiting to be rediscovered, not in ancient texts alone, but in the interconnected fabric of existence itself. This is a journey of breaking free from blind faith, questioning the whys and hows of life, and ultimately, discovering that the divine, once perceived as distant and separate, may be woven into the very essence of everything around us. From my earliest memories, I was taught to believe in a benevolent God, in the teachings of the church, in the moral compass of organized religion. These beliefs provided a comforting framework, a sense of purpose and community. Yet beneath this comfort lay a growing unease, a subtle dissonance between what I accepted outwardly and what I observed inwardly. There came a point, perhaps through personal tragedy, exposure to hypocrisy within religious institutions, or questions I couldn't reconcile, that my faith began to falter. I wrestled with images of religious leaders condemning others while secretly faltering themselves. I questioned the legitimacy of miracles, the literal truth of sacred texts, and the dogmas that seemed to divide rather than unite humanity. The very institutions meant to embody divine goodness appeared to be marred by human flaws, greed, and corruption. But here's the paradox. Despite losing my faith in the institutionalized church, a flicker of curiosity persisted, an insatiable desire to understand the truth about the supreme being, the divine, or the fundamental force behind existence itself. It was as if a part of me refused to accept that the quest for understanding could be invalidated by human failings alone. This curiosity was fueled by the recognition that the divine could be more than a set of dogmas. It could be a holistic, all-encompassing presence woven into the fabric of everything around me. This essay recounts a profound journey, one of disillusionment, profound questioning, and ultimately, renewal. It is a story inspired by the teachings of philosophy, the revelations of history, and the discoveries of science, all of which challenged and expanded my understanding of God. My journey reflects a desire to find a truth that resonates with the scientific marvels of the universe, the moral wisdom of philosophy, and the spiritual longing that defines my very consciousness. Ultimately, I have come to reaffirm my belief, not blindly, but through a holistic, integrated perspective that unites the rational and the spiritual, the scientific and the divine. This is a testament to the power of curiosity and open-minded inquiry, anchoring my faith in the wonder of an interconnected universe, where the divine is not distant or detached but intimately woven into the cosmological fabric itself. 2. The decline of faith in organized religion. My journey away from organized religion was neither abrupt nor simple. It was a gradual unraveling of long-held beliefs. At first, I questioned small things, discrepancies I noticed in sermons, inconsistencies between the moral preachings and the actions of those in power. Over time, these small cracks widened into a chasm. I remembered instances where questions were dismissed, labeled as doubt or lack of faith, rather than engaged with thoughtfully. I saw religious authorities condemn others while their own actions betrayed the virtues they preached, hypocrisy that stained the very moral fabric they claimed to uphold. The case of scandals involving clergy exploitation or corruption made me wonder, how could the divine spirit be truly present in institutions riddled with human flaws? As I delved into history, I uncovered countless examples of religion's complex relationship with power, politics, and human ambition. From the Crusades to colonial conversions, from dogmatic intolerance to forced conversions, history revealed a pattern: faith used as a tool for control rather than a source of enlightenment. It made me question whether organized religion was a vessel for divine truth, or a human institution susceptible to greed and corruption. Emotionally, I felt betrayed, disillusioned by the gap between my expectations of divine goodness and the reality I witnessed. The comforting narratives I once believed in no longer held in the face of this evidence. This was not a rejection of spirituality itself, but a rejection of dogmatic authorities that claimed exclusive access to divine truth. The more I explored, the more I felt a desire to seek a deeper, more genuine understanding of the divine beyond institutional boundaries. 3. The persistent spark of curiosity. Despite this disillusionment, a stubborn curiosity burned within me, a spark that refused to be extinguished by cynicism or skepticism. It was an instinct as primal as the human need to understand our origins. Why are we here? What is the purpose behind this vast, seemingly ordered universe? This curiosity was nourished by encounters with philosophical thought. Plato's notion of a realm of perfect forms, Kant's exploration of moral imperatives as evidence of a higher moral law, and the existential questions raised by thinkers like Nietzsche or Camus all pointed toward a reality beyond the tangible. These reflections stirred a longing for the divine, not as a distant deity perched in the heavens, but as an interconnected presence woven into the fabric of existence. Simultaneously, my curiosity drew me into cultural and historical narratives, ancient mythologies, mystical traditions, and spiritual philosophies, each trying to articulate the divine in their own unique language. These stories, while diverse and sometimes contradictory, hinted at an underlying truth: that humans have an innate drive to connect with something greater than themselves. The scientific revolution further fueled this pursuit. The more I learned about the universe, from the precise fine-tuning of cosmic constants to the intricate complexity of biological life, the more I sensed that behind these marvels lay an intelligent design or consciousness. Each discovery challenged me. Was this universe merely a cosmic accident, or was it embedded with purpose? 4. The interplay of philosophy, history, and science. By weaving together insights from philosophy, history, and science, I began to see a mosaic, a holistic picture of the divine, not confined to religious dogma, but expressed through universal laws and moral truths. Philosophy offered frameworks to consider the divine as an essential grounding of morality and existence. For instance, Socrates' pursuit of ethical truth and Kant's moral imperatives pointed to a transcendent source of moral order, a god not as an anthropomorphic figure but as an ultimate grounding of good and meaning. History revealed that civilizations have always sought to understand the divine, from the spiritual wisdom of indigenous cultures to the mystical practices of mystics across ages. These efforts, often suppressed or marginalized, reflected an unquenchable human longing for connection with the divine reality that underpins all existence. Science, especially in recent times, unveiled awe-inspiring truths about the universe. The discovery of the Big Bang, the extraordinary precision of physical constants, and the emergence of consciousness from matter all suggest that the universe is finely tuned and that there may be a purposeful intelligence behind it. I saw science not as antonymous to spirituality, but as a means to glimpse the divine through understanding the natural laws that govern everything. A holistic reaffirmation of God's existence. This renewed understanding invites me to see the divine not as a distant figure who rules from the heavens, but as an omnipresent force woven into the very fabric of existence. It's in the elegant dance of galaxies, the intricate design of a leaf's vein, and the moral intuition shared across cultures. It's in the silent spaces between atoms and the unspoken connection I feel when contemplating the universe's vastness. This perspective aligns with a holistic view, one that harmonizes rational inquiry with spiritual wonder. I no longer see science, philosophy, and spirituality as mutually exclusive, but as different languages articulating the same profound truth, that existence itself is sacred, and the divine is immanent within everything. Having experienced this shift, I can embody a faith rooted in wonder, curiosity, and moral responsibility. It is a faith that embraces mystery and encourages continual exploration, not as a search for certainty, but as a quest for deeper understanding and connection. Sixth conclusion. My journey from disillusionment to renewal has been one of profound transformation. I have learned that faith need not be confined within the rigid walls of institutions, nor limited to unquestioning dogma. Instead, it can be an ever-evolving, expansive embrace of the universe's mystery, fostered by curiosity, guided by reason, and inspired by the moral and spiritual longing inherent in human nature. By synthesizing insights from philosophy, history, and science, I have found a more inclusive and holistic view of the divine, one that celebrates the interconnectedness of all life, the beauty of cosmic order, and the moral potential within each of us. This journey reinforces my conviction that questioning does not weaken faith, it deepens it. The pursuit of understanding, combined with openness and humility, can bring us closer to experiencing the divine as an all-encompassing presence, rather than an external deity awaiting worship. I urge others to embrace their curiosity, challenge their assumptions, and see beyond dogmas, because in that quest lies not only the discovery of the divine, but also the most authentic expression of our spiritual essence. Final thought. As I look to the infinite cosmos and reflect on my spiritual voyage, I am reminded that the divine is not distant but present, pervading every question, every mystery, and every wonder we seek to understand. And in that sacred silence of wonder, I feel my faith reaffirmed, stronger and more genuine than ever before. Thank you for joining me on this deeply personal journey of faith, doubt, and discovery. If this story resonated with you or sparked new thoughts, I'd love to hear your opinions and experiences in the comments below. Your insights and stories are what make this conversation meaningful. If you found this exploration inspiring or thought-provoking, please click like to support the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more reflections on life, spirituality, and the pursuit of truth. Together, let's continue this journey of curiosity and growth, because the quest for understanding is never truly over.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future ideas that challenge us to think outside the box. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, and don't forget to always maintain that curiosity that drives progress. Also, explore even more fascinating content on our channel. From life-changing tips and cutting-edge technology, to the mysteries of spirituality, travel to various countries, delicious recipes, health hacks, and language learning, there's something here to spark your curiosity and elevate your life. Dive in and discover a world of knowledge awaits us.